Actually, it's morning. Do I at the center of the frame? Does this microphone's place right? Does the place of the microphone is right? And I'm perfectly confused about the sentence structures. Anyway, 338 hours. If you do the math, that's 14 full days of my life spent in a pair of earbuds. How I did it? Why I did it? Is it worth a try? Let's have a palaver. Merhaba, my name is Kemal Görey. I am a media composer, identify as blind, based in Istanbul, and for sure in love with audiobooks. In one single year, I traveled from the harsh deserts of Arrakis to the chilling streets of the Stephen King's Salem's Lot. I walked through the Shire. Did I? I walked through the Shire. Oh my God. I walked through the Shire. I sat behind of a Lincoln town car with the Lincoln lawyer, and I visited the ash-covered dystopian world of the Final Empire. I even hopped through the parallel universes with the Spider-Man. Whew, such an itinerary. Even think about it makes me want to take a nap. In the end of 2024, I made a decision. I was gonna read books only exclusively in English. Since it's not my native language and I'm apparently suck at it, I've been expecting a slow and painful crawl, well, which it was some days. But when I checked my app stats in the end of 2025 and I see the 338 hours, I realized I became kind of a bookworm. Not really, but you got the point. So, how did a world-class procrastinator from Istanbul stop waiting for a magical solution show up and start listening in English? Let's talk about it. Here is the thing. Even though I'm a really curious person since my childhood, and of course I'm in love with any kind of fiction, reading was not a habit for me. I was a kid with low vision in Istanbul, Turkey. It was 90s and nobody cared about accessibility back then. They didn't know about the term at all. Now it's 2026 and they still don't get it. First thing you have to understand, your English will not be enough. Let's face it, it will never be. But that's completely okay. You will not run for president end of the day, and even so. First thing you have to do is killing that what if guy inside of your brain. That guy is a bully, keep telling you you will mess up something pretty bad. According to that jerk, the narrator will jump out of the phone and start chasing you because you didn't get some sort of idiom or something, which is fine. It's not our native language. That's why we have internet. We have, that smart speakers, digital dictionaries, AI. We all have that tools to be able to understand things easier and quicker. When I finally managed to get rid of that bully from inside of my head, I jumped to Audible, found a great deal, and purchased my very first audiobook in English, Dune Messiah. I also tried to purchase Do Android's Dreams Electric Sheep by Flip K. Dick. Apparently they decided to match the name of the book with the movie. How smart they are. And I ended up purchasing a book, starts with the same title, Do Android's Dream Electric. I didn't see the last word. It turned out the last word was important. I ended up buying a kind of a really descriptive adult short story. Sorry for another time. Anyway, now I got the Dune Messiah. I read the first title in my native language. It was great, just brilliant, but nobody bothered to record the sequels anyway. So I was gonna read it in English. I was ready. What could go possibly wrong? And I had play. Then I understood absolutely nothing. Just zero. The vocabulary was dense, pace was fast, and I completely frustrated. But I was dying to learn what happened to Paul Atreides, so I decided to make it work. With the help of digital dictionary and the embarrassing amount of stubborn dedication, I managed to finish it. At the last chapter, I almost understand the 90% of the story. Maybe 85, but I will go with the 90. And then the gates of the linguistic just brought open. Not really, but it got better and better with each book. All right, I spent the last couple of minutes bragging about my 338 hours long journey. The thing is, how I managed to do that without burning out. Am I some sort of linguistic prodigy, whatever it means? No, not really. I'm not talented when it comes to language. I'm completely suck at it. But first, I kind of fell in love with the audiobooks, all this universe, the narrators, the titles. I was hungry to read more. But after fooling around for a month, buying books, not be able to finish them, buy more because, Black Friday, I realized that I needed a strategy. So I opened up a brand new Gemini chat window. And no, it's not a sponsored video. Any AI model will do the trick. Gemini, ChatGPT, Anthropic Cloud, some random Chinese model, or the jerk in the Twitter, and it will do the trick. A sponsorship would be great though. I don't have it. Anyway, I had a really long discussion with the AI. After 12 months of trial and error, I built up a working system. The first trap for an ESL speaker who wants to dive into that universe, some books will not work at first. Some books are really dense, like Lord of the Rings. Vocabulary is dense, and even though Andy Serkis's narration is state of the art, but because he uses many different accents, it kind of makes it even harder to understand if you're just beginning. If you want to create your own AI reading coach, here is the 3 steps framework. Actually, it should be not 3, but 3. Pronunciation. Step 1. Start a brand new fresh chat. Give as much details as possible. If you're good with prompt engineering, you can make a better job. But I didn't know it back then, so I really entered a really long prompt. Tells everything about it. Who I am, what I am, my limitations, why I choose audiobook as a medium, and it will be an exclusive medium for me. Which titles I have read so far, what I think about it, about all the titles. For example, Dune Messiah was hard but able to finish. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, even though the British humor time to time was tricky, I understood all of it and have fun. Yeah, I also completed the first title of the Jack Reacher series. It was a piece of cake for my level of English, that kind of stuff. Then AI will start to understand you and also share your goals with it. Which titles you're aiming for. My ultimate goal was like The Song of Ice and Fire, The Lord of the Rings, some other titles as well. Then AI will start giving you some suggestions. The discussion will go on. Then you will have some sort of list in your hand. Step 2, ask to that same AI chat to create an instruction set for you based on this long conversation. Give as much feedback as possible. When you have that instruction set, create a custom instruction set. In Gemini, you create custom gems. Make sure that each chat you will create after that moment will be able to read that instruction set. And you will create 3 chats. One is your reading coach. You will constantly giving feedback to it. If you feel frustrated about a chapter or it was easy for you, if it is boring or not. That reading coach will also set some goals to you. Like, let's try to finish 4 chapters end of the week. Or try to read 30 minutes in one seat each day and every day. That's one part, reading coach. Second is kind of an agent. You can ask new titles that you want to learn more about it. Maybe you want to compare it, whether or not it will fit with your likes and dislikes, preferences. And that chat can help you to do that because it will have the same instruction set. And because you can continue to modify that instruction set, it will always be able to keep up with you. I use the third chat for chasing for deals. Because, sometimes, for example, a platform can announce a really great deal. You can purchase more for less money. So 3 chats, a reading coach, a chat for finding new titles, learning about new titles, and the third one for chasing deals. There is a more important step, step 0. First thing very first thing you have to understand and you have to keep in mind before starting all of this, you have to like it. Otherwise, it won't work. You have to like the genre, you have to like the author, you have to like the story. This whole thing drives me into that journey that I kind of love what I'm doing. I kind of love reading books. My another secret weapon is also the YouTube. I love spending time in YouTube. I'm a complete YouTube junkie, and BookTube is amazing. You have to make your own research. Some YouTubers will click with you, some will not. For example, I kind of like Mike's book reviews, Talking Story, Paperback Journey. Philip Chase is great. Ramal Broadcast is one of the great ones. Red Fury Books, list goes on and on. The question would be though, how did I find 338 hours in 1 year? They say practice makes perfect. In my world, stubbornness makes progress, whatever it means. The thing is, I'm a proud guide dog user. We have 2 long walks a day. In those long walks, I read, I listen. Which term most pleases you? The rule is, I do not start a brand new book while I'm walking. That's the golden rule. You have to focus. Your ears has to get used to the narrator, the language of the author. I always start reading a brand new book at home or at some place quiet. But when I get used to the story and the narrator, all safety features are off. There's a series called Murderboard Diaries by Martha Wells. According to Audible, even though my average reading time is 140 minutes a day, my record is 7 hours and 30 minutes something of listening in 1 day. How dare you, Martha Wells? How dare you? So that was it. That's my method to read more audiobooks in English as an ESL speaker. Do you think it works for you? Do you think it's worth a try? Is there a book you really fell in love with it and couldn't stop reading and spent like 7-8 hours a day? Let me know down below. I hope you enjoyed. Like if you liked. Subscribe, it would be great, YouTube algorithm, and ding the bell icon if you can find where the heck it is. Until the next time, keep listening.